Hi, I'm Brian Ritchie, medical exercise specialist and balanced body master instructor. Today we're going to talk about the 7-way hip. You may have seen it on the internet. It's an exercise they've done with athletes for a number of years, okay? But the method that they used had a very large range of motion. What I found was the hip wasn't the only thing involved. You saw a lot of spinal movement. Well, what I've done is sort of taken that exercise, changed a couple of them, and made it much more about stability. So we're doing spinal stability. It's a smaller range of motion for the hip, but I got to tell you, it is a burner for the glute med like you would not believe. Okay, Nora here is going to be my wonderful assistant, my guinea pig for the day, and let's get to it. The first part of the exercise is going to be a straight leg raise. Now to get her into position, I'm going to have her roll her hips slightly forward and bring this leg back slightly. Good, so she's actually going to feel like the leg's behind her even though she's pretty much in a straight line. I'm going to cue not to let between her ribs and her hips hike up. Okay, this distance should not change. I'm going to have her lift and down. Good. Good. I'm going to have you turn your toe down slightly for me. By turning the toe down slightly, we're really going to isolate it right through the glute med. People have a tendency to kick that leg forward and turn the toe up. You're going to be getting a lot more of the hip flexor involved, tensor fasciae lata, all the anterior muscles. Good. Now normally I'll have people do anywhere between 12 to 15 reps. That's part one. Part two is going to be a forward and back kick. So I'm going to have her come up right there and now kick forward and back about 6 to 12 inches max. Now Nora's very stable in her spine right now, so she can do a larger range of motion. You're going to find that some of your clients may not be able to, and you literally will be limiting them to here and back. It's going to be a very small range of motion. And then you can begin to increase that over time. Good, that was 2. Number 3, I'm going to have her circle. Now we want her back in neutral, so bring your leg back a little bit towards me, right there. Yep, right there. Good. Now, another common thing is their hips want to roll back. Make sure they stay nice and stacked. In fact, slightly rolled forward is how I usually cue it, to make sure that they don't roll back too much and, again, get their hip flexors involved. Now switch directions. Oftentimes you're going to find after this one is when they're going to say, I need a break. I got to stop. So that's 4. Now I'm going to have her bring that knee forward and then kick it back. That's it. Good. Now what I'm watching for too is to make sure she's not using just her low back, so she's not doing a lot of flexion and extension. Keep me within the hip joint. Now we'll take this into a bicycle. So she's going to bring that knee in and then other direction, knee in and circle around. That's it. Good. Again, what we're watching for is here. I don't want to see a whole lot of flexion and extension from the spine. Keep it within the hip. Now we're going to change position slightly, knee on top of other knee. Let's bring them both forward. That's it. And now I'm going to have her do an open clamshell, and I want to make sure she's turning the hips, roll the hip forward slightly right there, and let's lift that top leg, foot and all, right there and back down. Good, and up. Now if you notice, I have that knee coming slightly higher than the foot. So she's doing a little external rotation, but she's not doing a traditional clamshell where she would keep the foot down. Good. My hands, sometimes I keep it there just to make sure they don't roll back. 2 more. And rest. So that is the modified stabilizing 7-way hip. Try it on your clients. They'll thank you for it.